All right, Mike, thank you. Rachel Menitoff joins us now with more on voter turnout.
Thousands of Marylanders waited in long lines to cast their ballots so far today. Rachel is at the Randallstown Community Center, so what has it been like there, Rachel?
Denise and Rick, the lines here tonight are short and running efficiently, and we know that statewide more than 344,000 Marylanders have already cast their ballots. Here in Baltimore County, 48,000 people have been to the polls today, and at last check, 23,000 people in Baltimore City. And the State Board of Elections tells us that everything is running smoothly tonight with no major disturbances or concerns to report. Election Day 2020 brings long lines in Perry Hall.
The country needs change.
With some Baltimore County voters saying they prefer filling out a physical ballot.
I feel a little bit safer with just doing my vote in person.
1.6 million Marylanders opted for a mail-in ballot this year, and 300,000 have yet to drop it off. Election officials encouraging folks to now bring those to a drop-box location by 8 o'clock tonight.
I feel like any option is honestly okay as long as you get out there and you vote.
The significance of Election Day is not lost on first-time voter Victor Wamidi.
It's actually very humbling to be able to get the opportunity to vote, to exercise my civic duty for the first time.
And for Chris Scoville, who spent 20 years in the Air Force,
I think it's incumbent upon everybody to take advantage of our God-given right to vote.
The State Board of Elections telling WJZ that it's hard to compare this election with prior elections because it has been unlike any other.
So over half of our voters have already voted, and that's not usually the case. Usually we're looking at 60% of our voters voting on Election Day. So if you compare it, it's going to look very low, but it's not an apples to apples comparison.
The tradition of voting on Election Day sacred for some, and many say one of the most important responsibilities we have.
I believe it's our right to turn out and vote so that at least we have a say in who governs us.
The State Board of Elections also says that we might start to see an evening rush at some polling locations, but as long as you're in line by 8 o'clock, you're good to go. And once again, it wants to stress, if you still have one of those mail-in ballots, bring it to a drop-box location as opposed to a post office at this point. We're live in Baltimore County tonight. I'm Rachel Menitoff for WJZ.